So I have done my base already with my contour highlight already done. I do this before my eyebrows and all my makeup every single time. Now that I have got a load of foundation in my eyebrows, I take a Q-tip, just wet it with my Fix Plus because I can't be asked to go to the toilet, and wet it myself. And then I'm just very lightly going through the hairs just to take any foundation off. Now, as you can see, there was a lot of foundation that came off. It really does make an impact to take all the powder off and all the foundation off, as this can add texture to your eyebrows that you don't want there, and also can give you a grey undertone to your eyebrows. So I'm just gonna go in straight off and tell you which products I am using today. Now, I only use 4 products to do my eyebrows, including, 5 products, including brushes. So I will go through them now. So I use my Anastasia, I only have one. So one side is like a really flat angled brush, and then the other side is a spoolie. So it's really dirty. I actually never clean my spoolie, it's really bad. And the other brush I use is this MAC 212 brush. I use this to carve out my eyebrows with my concealer. And now the actual products that I use is this Dipbrow by Anastasia. Mine looks like this. It is so well used, but this lasts such a long time. It is worth, I can't remember how much it is. I will list it down below, all the products I've used and how much they are. I think this was about £16. I don't know why that number's come in my head. That might be completely wrong. My shade is Chocolate. Sweet like chocolate. And the next product I use is this Gimme Brow by Benefit. It is a brow volumizing fiber gel. It looks like this. It's this tiny little brush. I'll show you a comparison. This is like a usual size spoolie, and this is the little Benefit brush. So it's much smaller, so it can really get into those hairs. I'll be showing you how to use these, and this is in 5. So there's, I think, 1, 3 and 5. 1 being, I think I might have it actually. This is 1. This is like a little mini one. It's basically a really light brown. Let me try and get the product on my hand and you can see. I don't have number 3, but obviously it'll be somewhere in between the two. What I use to actually carve out my eyebrows is this Anastasia palette. Sorry, it is so dirty. This set is the lightest one you can get, so it's the light shades. This one here is the one I've run out of, which is fair. Then there's neutral and then a banana shade. I do normally use this one. I have run out, I need to get a replacement. So at the moment I'm using this neutral one, which also I'm really running out of. By the way, guys, I have a massive spot underneath my brow here, and it is literally deforming my face. It's like so raised. So if my eyebrow looks like wonky or lumpy at any point, that is why. And I've also got some breakouts in the middle of my head. If you see them, they are awful. I don't know why I'm breaking out, but there you go. It just happens, doesn't it? So first of all, I am just brushing up my eyebrows. So now I am just loading that product onto my brush. And I also pinch it each time I load product on, just to make sure it's extra thin. And now I'm just creating a very thin line at the bottom and also dragging it out to make a tail to my eyebrow, because I do not actually have any natural hairs on the end. So with no extra product on the brush, I am just moving that line to the front of the brow. This is so it is much easier to blend, and you want the front not to be as harsh as the tail. This will give it a much more natural look. Now this time I am brushing the eyebrow hairs downward so I can focus on the top of the brow, and I am just taking that brush once again and putting the whole surface onto the brow and pulling it down as I go. So after you have reached the arch, what you want to do is, in sweeping motions, bring that arch down to the tip of the eyebrow and then connect it at the end. Also guys, just to add a helpful tip, I always do my eyebrows with a mirror very up close so there is no chance of having harsh lines or smudges in my eyebrow, but I also have a mirror further away to check the shape of my eyebrow, to check that they're even. And now once again I am just brushing those eyebrow hairs down. Sorry that I didn't record this properly, but I had my camera so up close and I just went further down than I should have. But what I am doing is I'm just filling in those gaps and making sure that there's no spaces in my eyebrow. And now I'm going to brush out my eyebrows in place where they would naturally lie down. Now, similar what I did to the bottom of the brow, I am just carrying on that line from the top to the front. This I do very, very lightly because it looks goddamn awful when girls have that harsh line at the front of their brow. And now, raising my eyebrows up, I am using the very end of my spoolie and blending out that harsh line at the bottom. So now I'm creating little hairs using the very tip of my brush. I am pinching it every time I go in just so the hairs are extra fine and look as natural as possible. And now I am just going to wipe that product off my fingers because I use the same pinching technique with my concealer brush. And now I'm taking that product onto my brush, packing it on both sides, and then I pinch the brush just to make sure there's not too much product whilst applying. And now I'm just brushing my hairs up to make sure they're not in the way for when I carve out my eyebrows. And now I'm raising my eyebrows up and placing that concealer underneath. This is why it is very helpful to have a flat brush and also not use too much product. And from the middle to the end of your eyebrow, you want to make sure to go in sweeping motions. This will help to define the tail and also just packing on that tiny bit more product. And now I'm blending out any harsh lines in my concealer. Now I'm going to use the Gimme Brow by Benefit in shade 5. When putting this product on the front of your brow, just like mascara, you just want to make sure you're putting it on the hairs and try not to get it on your skin because this will leave a mark on your skin. And as you can see, there is a massive difference between the brows. The brow on the left has way more defined hairs, and this is what the fibers in the Gimme Brow does. Okay guys, I have just finished the rest of my makeup. I have recorded how I've done this makeup also, and it will be linked down below once I upload it. I am uploading this brow tutorial first, so if it is not in the description below, that is why. If you enjoyed this video, then please give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching guys.